Do you like doing interviews with prospective employees? Hi, this is Randy Kirk. We're going to be talking about what for many people is one of the worst jobs, the most hated jobs that they have in business. You as the owner of a small business probably have been in that position of doing the interviews on many occasions. I know I've done it hundreds of times, and it's sometimes not that fun. Okay, so today, that's what we're going to talk about. This is Randy Kirk with Small Business Daily, and let's get into the meat of it. Okay, this is a tight business market. This is a tight labor market. There's shortages of products. There's shortages of raw materials. There's shortages of people, and it's not going to get better. Yesterday, we talked about ways to find people through non-traditional means. Everybody knows about Indeed and LinkedIn to find new employees. Believe me, everybody's using LinkedIn and Indeed to find new employees. That means it's competitive, and it's going to be harder for you to find folks that way. So we listed a bunch of different ways yesterday on Small Business Daily about how to find employees kind of unique and special ways that don't go right into the hugely competitive situation. But that's only half the battle. The other half of the battle is once you have them in your office, once you've brought them into the building, they might have competing offers. They might already have 2, 3, 4. In fact, they may be employed now and you're trying to convince them to leave. I know that there are people right now that are fully gainfully employed, taking a look at the marketplace to see if they can get a better deal, and or have already talked to a couple of people and are maybe going to leave, maybe not going to leave their current employment. And now you're going to come in and you've got to offer something to make it more exciting for them to come to work for you. Well, let's talk about what those are. Now, if this content makes sense to you, would you please like it? If you really like learning about how to run your small business, could you subscribe? And then you might hit notify if you'd like to hear more ideas later. And also, would you comment down below? Are you looking for people right now? Are you struggling to find good employees in order to grow your business or even to maintain your current staff? I'd love to hear from you about that, and I will always answer your comments. Okay, so how do you keep them? How do you get them? And then how do you keep them? Okay, so here's the obvious one. You got to pay more. You got to pay more than the marketplace. I owned my plastics manufacturing business for 28 years with my partner, Terry Brown. And in that entire 28 years, we had hundreds of employees, and we always paid over market, always. $1, $1.50, $2. We always paid over market. Well, why wouldn't you pay over market? Do you buy the cheapest car on the market? Do you buy the cheapest refrigerator? No. You want to buy something of quality, something that's going to last, something that's going to give you bells and whistles. Well, don't you want that from your employees? I mean, your employees are a critical part of your business. So why wouldn't you pay over market? I talk about In-N-Out all the time. They always pay over market. Amazon gets criticized all the time for what they pay. No, they pay over market. Check it out. Paying over market means you're going to get better employees who are more likely to stay with you for a long time, who are going to appreciate the job and help you in any way that they can because they know they're being paid. Generally speaking, people know they're being paid over or near market. If they're being paid way over market, they know it and they appreciate it. So number one, pay over market. It'll help you so much. It'll make it so much easier to find people. Yes, you're going to have to still make a living paying over market. Oh, Randy, I can't afford to do that. Believe me, sometimes you're just going to have fewer employees because the higher over market people that you bring in are going to do the work faster. They're going to do the work better. And you're not going to need as many people. So it may turn out to be that your payroll is exactly the same with highly paid employees as it is with people that are at the lower end of the scale. So that's number one. Number two, benefits. Wow. The benefits that are out there right now are unbelievable. I mean, when I started my first business, Folks were happy to hear that I had a free week's vacation and 5 days a year of sick leave. They don't even call it sick leave anymore, right? So today, you're probably going to have to offer vacation. You're going to have to offer time off for other things. You may have to offer paid family leave or at least family leave. You're going to have to offer maybe some kind of a medical policy. You may want to be offering prepaid legal services. You may want to use auxiliary dental and eye coverage on the insurance. You may want to offer ping pong tables and pool tables in the break area, parties after work, bonuses, 401ks with matching. I mean, the list goes on. And quite frankly, in some worlds, like the electronic business, the high-tech areas, right now, it's a battle of the benefits. It's like, what can we offer that will be so new and so fresh and so exciting that these techie workers won't have heard of it before, and they're like, wow, you have that? So remote work is now a benefit. And it may be partial or hybrid. Can you let people come in 1 day a week and work from home for 4 days a week? That's a benefit. Or 2 and 3, some kind of hybrid. Also, there's companies now that are offering extreme flex time and kind of like, we don't care how many hours you work, just get the job done. There are companies that are doing that now. It's a benefit, extreme flex time. If they do get the job done, what do you care if it takes 3 hours or 40? Set the job requirements. This is what I need. And then turn them loose. And if they can do it in 5 hours and put their feet up the rest of the week, why is that your issue? So there's a whole bunch of stuff like that going on. Think about the benefits. Think about the things that you can offer that other folks aren't doing. Number 3, I think this is number 3, is a quality work environment. What kind of environment are they going to be working in? Are they going to be working in a place where there's friendly people and where there's not a lot of frustrating things going on in the building and where there's no angry bosses and angry managers and people that are putting each other down? If you have a friendly environment, that word gets out, and it might be okay for your potential hire to be involved in an interview with somebody besides yourself. Maybe they can interview with other people in the company and ask them, hey, what's it like to work here? So this is another huge aspect of what people are looking for today, is a friendly environment, an environment where they can work together in a social environment rather than in little cubicles and all separated. That's something that people are looking for today. And it's more likely that they're going to keep working for you once you hire them if they see that that's the kind of environment that you have. Another thing that people are going to be looking for is an opportunity to get ahead. Do you have a clear path to success in your company? Do they know that if they start now as some kind of clerical 1 or assembly 1 or packaging 1 or manufacturing 1 or whatever it is, they're starting at some level? Do they know what they're going to have to do very specifically in order to get to those next levels? And then maybe to move beyond those levels into management. And I always said that my job as president, my job is always available. Please apply. So do they know how they can move up the ladder of success within your company? Okay, now this is one that is one of the hardest ones for you to do. Maybe not for you. You might be perfect at this. You've already done it. I know for most companies, this is difficult, okay? So if you can get them to sign on to your mission, yeah, this is another Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk wants to clean up the atmosphere. He wants to electrify the planet. He wants us to get to sustainable energy. And so when people come to apply with him, they're getting in with him. They're going to be following him to try to change the world and try to eliminate all the soot in the air and solve global warming. So that's a mission statement. Now, your mission statement may not be as grandiose as Elon's. Mine certainly weren't. But we were wanting to improve the bicycling world. We wanted to enhance the cycling experience. The products that we made were designed to make people happier with their bike ride, not getting flats, drinking out of a great water bottle, purchasing other products that made it more fun to ride. That's kind of a fun mission statement to get on board with. You're in the bicycle business, you're in a fun world where people are enjoying themselves in the outdoors, but then you're saying, oh, we want to even make it better. Well, if that's your mission statement, that's something you might be able to get them to buy into. Shockingly, sometimes people will work for less. They won't need as many benefits if they like the mission statement. They like the idea of what they're going to be joining, what they're going to be contributing to. It makes them feel purposeful. So this is another way to break down the opportunity in a way that people are like, no, I'm not going to go work for that guy down the street. He doesn't know where he's going or what he's doing. But here, I feel like I know what you guys are doing, where you're going. It's something I can get behind, and I can see where I can advance and become more and more useful, and therefore earn more and be more successful in life. This is a way to get people to say yes, okay? And it's also a huge way to keep them once they've said yes. And finally, and this is a hobby horse of mine, I'm going to get to preaching now. So knowing what their expectations are and letting them know what your expectations are. This is a level of intimacy that most prospective employees don't expect. So rather than just saying, this is what we're looking for, and will you be able to accomplish these tasks, and what's your history of being able to do these things? No, I want to know, what do you expect on the job? What do you expect coming to work for us? What are the things that you're hoping for as a result of coming to work for us? Now, it may turn out in the course of telling you their expectations that it turns out, well, you don't have any real way to fit those expectations. But most of the time, I suspect you will. And if you listen carefully and you obviously care about what their expectations are, that's going to be a major factor in how they make a decision to decide to come to work for you. Now let's flip that around. Most employers, most bosses, most managers never clearly state what their expectations are of the employee. So you can shock this prospect by having clear expectations. What do you expect in terms of on time? What do you expect in terms of clean desk? What do you expect in terms of overtime? What do you expect in terms of working hard? What do you expect in terms of using their brain? People like to use their minds. Are you going to be looking for opportunities to use their mental agility, their capabilities, their creativity? Or do you just want them to sit and do hard, work all day at some tasking that doesn't take any brain power? What are your expectations of them on the job so that now they can listen to that? Now, sometimes that's going to mean they don't want to come to work for you. Well, good. You didn't want them anyway. If they can't meet, if they don't believe from listening to you that those expectations are something that fit them at all, you're better off that they go down the street. But if they hear your expectations and it fits, they've announced their expectations to you and it's a fit. This is almost impossible to break apart as far as a way to get them to say yes to your offer. And as we said before about mission statement, the same thing is true about expectations. If their expectations and yours are matched, it is far more likely that you'll be able to hire them at less pay and or less benefits than you would otherwise. And as they come into the company and they perform according to your expectations, then it makes it so much easier for you to start adding pay and adding opportunities for them within your company. And as your company grows, now you can add those benefits back in. Anyway, those are just a few of the things that are outstanding methodologies for getting the folks who are applying at your company to make a yes decision when it's somebody that you want to get on board. As I said yesterday, you may want to go back and look at places to look for these solid, exciting employees. But getting them in the door is only half the battle, and hopefully we've solved the other half today. So this is Randy Kirk at Small Business Daily, trying to help you get more vacation time. That's our job here. See you tomorrow.